Hey Tommy, Shane McCabe down here at Nissan in Cookeville. Here is that Gladiator here. Quick little walk around. I just walked around it again myself before coming out here just to check cosmetics and all that kind of stuff. This is pretty cool here too with putting this down. You can see that it's got the full sprayed in bed liner, and then you got the 115 volt inverter there that you can turn on from the inside, and you do have the tonneau cover up here as well. Always comes in handy. The only thing that I've really noticed on this truck in total, and it might be a little bit hard to see here, so on the tonneau it looks like there's a couple little dents. I don't know if it was hail or something like that, just kind of how those are from there, but I did check up on the roof to make sure that there's no issues there, which it definitely doesn't have any, and I'll show you that in the video as well. You can see here too, you do have the tow hitch, so you're all set up to use it like the truck you're planning to use it for. And with the key here, you do have the remote start. Just do that twice, hold that down, and that'll do the remote start here for us. Always comes in handy, just those little extra features you're looking for. Popping this open in the back, you got your leather all the way through with the red stitching. Definitely looks really nice, and you can see too it's definitely very clean vehicle here. We've had a couple people take a look at it, so there's a little bit of dirtiness there, but we'll definitely have that all cleaned up and good to go for you by the time that you would come in. As you can see that those do fold down there as well, give you a little bit of an extra little storage spot there. And then taking a peek over here, we'll go over, actually let me show you this. So right over here you have your window controls, and you got a couple different chargers. You have the USB-C, 2 of them, and then 2 USB-A. The USB-A is going to charge your phone and transmit data just a little bit faster. And you also have your 115 volt household plug here as well. Only thing with those is just make sure that you have the truck running, because if you don't, it will definitely pull a lot of power and might result in the truck going down and dying a little bit there. But it does have those options, which is nice. Has a super cool different red interior here, just really adds to the aesthetic with having this red stitch here as well. And of course you got the Rubicon on the seats. I just pulled this out here to kind of get into an open area to make this video for you, and I'll tell you the seats are super comfortable. Going into here you do have your glove box, which just has some paperwork which we just got to clean out from there. And then looking over into here, you have your main shift knob right here, and then this is for your 2 high, 4 high, neutral, 4 low, everything right there. And then here, I believe this is a locking diff for the front and the rear as well, for if you were going to do any sort of off-roading. And then, yeah, that would be the off-road plus and sway bar. Then you have your aux 1, aux 2, aux 3, aux 4 for all of your different media, which is going to be in here, so you could use all of those. And then right through here you have your locks and your mirrors as well. Coming over here you got the tune for the radio. This one here is more or less fan, or set it to auto. Auto's super cool. It's going to work like a thermostat in your house. So if you set it to like 65, it'll just make sure it keeps you at 65. Lets you have a little bit more time to be able to drive it out on the road and stuff like that, and not have to mess with your climate controls. This, just like any other truck out there right now, has auto start stop. If you come to a stop, it shuts the engine down and then turns it right back on after. It's supposed to save about 15% more fuel when you are at a idle, and that's what this button is here. They have easily made it accessible right here, so if you decide you don't like that, all you got to do is hit the start button to turn on the car, and then hit this, and that will turn it off. Otherwise, it will be fully on every time you turn on the vehicle. So you'll just have to make sure that becomes a part of your normal routine. And then here you will see that you got heated seats for drivers, heated seat for passengers. It'll go from 3 to 2 to 1, going through the different levels of intensity. And then right here you do have a heated steering wheel as well, and then all of your different controls for climate and things of that nature. Now if you were going to be parking this in a garage or covered port or anything like that, it does have the sensors in the back to start beeping at you. They can kind of tend to get annoying when you're pulling into a building or anything that's really close, where you know you're not going to hit, but it is close. So they do give you this option right here to turn that off quickly, so you're not sitting there listening to the thing essentially flatline on you from there. So that's the gist of these things here. I'm going to come out just a little bit, show you the roof, just so you can see if there's no issues or damage there. So as you can see with the roof here, everything looks 100% just as it should. I don't see a single dent or ding. I see that it needs a little bit of a bath, but other than that, that's how that goes there. Shut the door over here, and I will show you this. They do have in the mirrors, just try to show you best I can. there's this little triangle that's right over there. If somebody was in your blind spot, that'll light up for blind spot, having that it has those blind spot monitors. And then you do have the super, super cool Rubicon front hood. These are probably one of my favorite. I think they give such an aggressive styling to these vehicles, and I think that's really what sells it for me on these myself. But I think it definitely adds that little bit of extra flavor and style to it. Also trail rated. I used to sell Chrysler products back in the day. I do believe the trail rated just means you can take it into a certain amount of water and be okay. So that is always a nice little benefit. Just getting up into here, you'll see you got 35,168 for the miles. Gonna start her up. You'll also see that she's out of gas. Don't worry, I'll take care of that for you when you come in to pick up the vehicle here. But that is your different little instrument cluster and everything through there. And then here on the steering wheel, this is just going to correlate to this screen up here to go through the different screens all the way through. There's a lot of information that you can get on this vehicle, especially with you trying to go off-road or anything like that. And right here is one of my favorites. It's going to be electronic speedometer. Comes in super handy, especially when you're driving as a daily driver vehicle. And then moving on over to here, it does have your cruise control. Now, not only does it have cruise control, it has intelligent cruise control, so you'll pace it to the car in front of you. See if I can show it to you at a stop. So perfect. So once I have that on, let's see, there we go. You'll see the 4 bars. If I was to, I guess I can't go all the way through it at a stop, but those 4 bars, each one of those is going to correlate to a car length in front of you. If you're going 70 miles an hour, had it set to 2 car lengths, car pulls in front of you going 50. As soon as you get within those 2 car lengths, you're going to pace their speed, and it's a set it, forget it. You don't have to worry about it. Comes in super handy because every time that I get on my cruise control, tends to seem somebody gets in front of me and makes me have to hit my brakes and start it over again. So that makes it so you don't have to. Here you do have the Uconnect screen. Awesome. Comes in very, very nice. Really, really crisp. I don't know that the camera actually gives it the right view for that because it looks so much more crisp than with me looking at it on my phone, and everything is very, very fast, and touch is very easy. Do your different backup camera lights, mirror dim. So as you can see with the mirror here, it is an auto dimming mirror, so if you got that person behind you with the big bright lights, it's going to automatically dim it down for you. And then you could also do your heated seats up here if you don't want to do them from down here. And then coming into here for navigation, this does have navigation, so we could just hit on the view map. It'll show you everything from there. As long as you don't remove any SIM cards or anything like that, this is built into the car. It's not like a monthly subscription service or anything like that. Have it in there, you're good to go, don't have to worry about it again. And you can go over here to apps. You got a couple different things. This is just where you can go through and really mess with the vehicle, get your Sirius travel link, get Wi-Fi hotspots, notifications, off-road pages, things like that, just to give you different information on your vehicle. And you could also pair up your phone from there as well. Speaking of Sirius XM and things of that nature, we can go into media here. You then do have AM, FM, and then Sirius. And of course, you do have your Bluetooth or any of the means through the auxiliary there as well. I think that covers most all of the vehicle in here. I know it's a little bit more lengthy of a vehicle, but if you do find you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me and let me know, and I'd be more than happy to give you any answers that I can, man. Alrighty.